test. Testing 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test. Time is 4:41 p.m. Hobbs Eagle basketball live here on Artesia's Tournament, taking on Rio Rancho, to be broadcast here in just a minute or so. Welcome, everyone, to Artesia, New Mexico. It's time for Hobbs Eagle Basketball Live here on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Ty Friend here with you this afternoon as the Hobbs Eagles getting ready to play in their semifinal matchup as they take on the Rio Rancho Rams. Of course, the Eagles with a big win yesterday, thrashing their opponent Alamogordo. Final in that one, 82-41, doubling up the points of the Tigers. Eagles barely got the rebounding advantage in that game, 26-25, but the big difference was the turnovers. Hobbs causing 24 for Alamogordo. Eagles only had 9, so single digits. Definitely the difference in that contest. Hobbs with 12 steals, only 5 for Alamogordo. Eagles had 3 in double figures. Jalen Gore knocking down 17 points, 2 3-pointers. Again, he's number 2 in career threes for the Hobbs Eagle program. He has 167, second to Mr. Rod Hutchings with 217. Of course, Jalen been playing for a couple of seasons now with the Eagles. Doesn't have a full 4 or 5 year tenure with the team, but he's done a lot in just a couple of years that he's been with them. Aaron Mora, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 block shots in that win yesterday, so he definitely stepping up his scoring. Last 3 ball games, he's been in double digits. In fact, against Gaston on Tuesday, he was double-double in that game. So definitely helping out the cause and cleaning up some boards for the Eagles. Michael Mackey is still hanging around with those double digits. He finished up with 13 in that ball game. So those 3 players combined for 46 points of the 82. Just a little bit more than half of the production. Ronnie Ross coming off the bench for 9. Tyler Box also having a great game with 8 points off the bench. And Contré Morgan, 6 points and 5 rebounds. So definitely a big win for Hobbs. Their free throw shooting wasn't stellar at 42%. But again, when you win by 41 points, you'll be happy with that Mercy Roll victory. So big win for Hobbs. Gets them into this semifinal matchup. Rio Rancho won a squeaker yesterday, 44-43 over Carlsbad. Keegan Caton, their top scorer on the season, 15 points and 7 rebounds. He was 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And junior Esteban Morales had 7 points. Only one player in double figures against a very tough Carlsbad team. Rio Rancho just with their first win of the season in that one. They lost to Palo Duro out of Amarillo 81-72 to start the season, and then Amarillo High 68-39. Their major problem is turnovers. They've been averaging 20-plus turnovers a ball game against their opponents, and that's what the Eagles can take advantage of. But Rio Rancho does love to shoot the tray. They've had a game of 8 trays, another game of 7. The Eagles have to play some tough defense on the perimeter. We're ready for action here. The tip-off. The Eagles in the black uniforms with the white numbers, and the Eagles will win the tip. Tip back to Ramos from Mora. So Hobbs will have the first possession of this ball game. Again, the winner will play in the championship game tomorrow, either against Los Lunas or the host Artesia Bulldogs. Ramos will dribble top of the arc. Backdoor pass with a bouncer to Mora. He gets tripped in the paint before getting up the shot. Already our first foul of the contest. So Hobbs will get a chance to have on the baseline. They're saying he was not in the shooting motion that time. First foul against the Rams. And they'll charge that one to Jamal Bynum. Eagle basketball on the right baseline. Ramos to inbound. Bounces it back door again to Morrow. This time right side of the rim. He's waiting for it and just tips it in for 2. Eagles up early, 2-0 here in the first. 7:38 remaining. Inbound to the far sideline for the Rams to Johnson. Cross court right to Sanchez. Kicks it down to the right corner to Maddox Presser. Presser will take a few dribbles up the near sideline. Give it up right wing to Johnson. Good defense by Ramos. Bounce pass up top to Sanchez. Send it back to the right side to Jamal Bynum. Kick top of the circle to Johnson. He'll sling it down to the free throw line to Presser down to the right base. Dribbling hard to the rack with it as Johnson with reverse left. Throws up a shot over the rim. Foul and count the basket. No, they're going to call the charge instead. Coach Reeves applauding the official. Was like, why is he applauding a foul against the Eagles? But no, they called the charge. So that'll be the second already on the Rams, as they'll get that foul against Jaden Johnson, his first. Hobbs Eagles will get full court pressure against him now. The inbounding will be Katre Morgan. Gets it into the near sideline. Coming across the timeline with the basketball, Jalen Gore. Got some braids on his hair today. Got that done overnight. Kick it down left corner and a 3 on the way. Mr. Jesus Ramos lighting it up with a tray. And a quick timeout for Coach Salata and the Rams as the Eagles up early. 5-0. A 3-pointer for Ramos, a bucket for Mora, and we'll be back in 30 seconds as the Eagles leading big here in the semis. Welcome back to the Bulldog Pit here in Artesia. Hobbs up 5-0 over the Rio Rancho Rams after a Rams early timeout. Coach Salata wanted to talk to his team a little bit. Did not want this to get away from his team coming all the way from Rio Rancho. In the backcourt with the basketball is Jaden Johnson. Throws it across the timeline to Sanchez near side, dribbling through his legs against Ramos. Kicks it up top to Bynum, fake to 3, kicked it right wing to Presser. Presser spins, hands it off to his guard behind him. Sanchez on the right wing, throws up a 3, in and out, no good. And ripped down by Ramos on the right baseline. He gets hammered the minute he pulls down the board. And a couple of guys converging on him in the paint of the backcourt. And so that'll already be the 3rd Ram foul. Coach Salata screaming at his team to start to rebound the ball a little bit. That'll be the 2nd already on Jaden Johnson. And Eagles facing that full court pressure once again. High inbound to Ramos at the jump high for it near the timeline. Handoff to Gore, backdoor to Mora, and he puts it up with a double clutch on the left glass. Eagles up quickly now, 7-0, and really moving that transition game. 6:30 left first quarter. Rams with the basketball, stop and go for Bynum, fumbles it, comes across the timeline, and they're going to call a late reach foul against the Eagles. They're going to say swatting at it was Jesus Ramos, as he'll pick up his first personal and the first team foul against the Eagles. Hobbs coming in with a 3-1 record in this game here, and Rio Rancho at 1-2, their first win against Carlsbad by that 1 point yesterday. Deep inbound to the backcourt to Jamal Bynum. He'll go hard against Jalen Gore. Stops in the free throw line area and gives it off to Presser. To the right wing of Sanchez, drives to the top of the circle, gives it back to Caton. They'll call another reach foul up top now. This might be against the Ramos again. That could be his quick second. We have to wait and see. Yep, they do. Got him on his second reach foul. Second team foul as well. So already going to the bench, Coach Reeves to bring in Van Landingham onto the court. 3-2 foul count in favor of the Eagles. High inbound in the middle of the paint. Morgan picks it off for the first Rio Rancho turnover. Sends it down the lane to Aaron Mora for the tomahawk jam over the front of the rim. The Eagles now with 6 points for Mora, 3 for Ramos, and another Rancho Ram timeout. 6:06 left, first quarter. 9-zip Eagles. We're back in 30 live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Back live at the Artesia Tournament. Ty Friend here with you as the Hobbs Eagles out big 9-0 in this first quarter of the semifinals of the Artesia Tournament. Rams will beat them with a couple of passes across the timeline. Esteban Morales, who just checked in, throws up a 15-footer on the right side. Rebound from Mora. And Mora with his first rebound. Outlet to the timeline to Van Landingham. Over to the left wing to Gore. Gore will spot up a shot. Fade away from the left elbow off the front of the rim. No good. Pulled down by Keegan Caton for the Rams. He gets double-teamed in the backcourt in the paint by Van Landingham and Morgan. One of those guys crashed into him for the foul. Eagles already had 2 fouls on Ramos on reaches. That'll be their third team foul. This one they'll charge to Morgan, his first. Cross-court passing in the backcourt, it seemed to work the last couple of times. The Rams, Sanchez will get it across down to the deep right corner in the hands of Bynum. Goes down the lane with a shot taken by Caton off the back of the rim. Rebound for Van Landingham for the Eagles. To half court to Jalen Gore. Stop and go, crossover move. He'll back it on the left perimeter. 5:28 left, first quarter. Eagles up 9-0. Top of the circle goes Gore, now sliding over to left off the dribble. Screen from Mora, and they're calling a legal screen as Mora was moving and put out his biceps that time to move his defender. And that will be against him, his first, and the 14th foul against the Eagles. 4-3 foul count. 4 for the Hobbs, 3 for Rio Rancho. Cross-court inbound to the far sideline left to Sanchez. Gives it back to the right side in the backcourt to Morales. Again to Sanchez. Sends it down to the deep left corner to Caton. Caton in the paint to Johnson with a hook shot on the right side and scores. Johnson with his first bucket and the first score of the game for the Rams. 9-2, Hobbs by 7. Jalen Gore will bring it across the timeline left. Screen from Van Landingham, top of the circle, continues down the paint. Tries to bounce it back door to Morgan. Loose on the baseline and stolen away by Austin Ford. That'll be a first turnover for the Eagles. So the Rams will have it on the baseline as the Eagles knock it out. Then they call the foul late on that one, too, against Hobbs. This time they'll hook up, unfortunately, Jalen Gore. Actually, no, Ethan Van Landingham will get his first, and already 5 team fouls as they're going to have to bring in Tyler Box. The Eagles have 4 players with fouls already here in the first quarter. We're not even halfway through. Long ball down to Morales, right baseline. Dumps it right block to Ford. Turnaround jumper, air ball. Loose and brought down by Jalen Gore for the Eagles, his first rebound. Up ahead to a breaking Box, and he takes it to the rack with a finger roll on the left side. Off to the races, the Eagles going. His first bucket of the ball game. 11-2, Hobbs again by 9. They're matching their biggest lead of the game. Ball comes across the timeline with the pass to Sanchez left wing. One hands it down the lane to Bynum. Leans and shoots on the push shot and scores over the front of the iron. First points for Bynum. It's now 11-4. Clock to 4:15 left first quarter. Inbound to Van Landingham on the baseline. Outlet to the left side to Gore. He'll bring it across on the stop and go. Spins on the near side. And he'll take it out and reset against Bynum. Top of the circle. Bounce pass to Morgan on the right wing. He pivots towards the hoop looking for help. Bounce it over to Mora at the left elbow. Backdoor to Box in the left block. Kicks it back to Mora. He's going to spot up a tray just like yesterday, this time off the back of the rim. High rebound from behind the hoop by Caton, his second rebound. They'll send it ahead to a breaking Bynum on the right baseline. Down to the right block, a spin for Johnson. Hook shot off the rim. Ball tipped around on the free throw line, picked up by Morgan in transition. Sends it ahead to Box, this time on the right side of the rim, and he lays it in on that side as well. Box is going quickly down the court, and he has his second bucket here in the first quarter for 4 points. Hobbs again 13-4. A bad pass coming across the timeline, coming from Bynum over to the near side. Is he trying to hook up with Kate, but it sails out of bounds. Actually, that was intended for Morales for the Rio Rancho second turnover. We mentioned that Rio Rancho were averaging over 20 turnovers a ball game heading into this contest. They had 16 yesterday against Carlsbad. Only had 11 steals, so they were -5 as they are giving up more than they're taking away. Inbound to the backcourt. Michael Mackey checks in. He's going to drive hard to the front side, top of the circle. Sends it over to the right wing to Darius Royal, who just checked in. He had a couple of points yesterday. Royal get it down to Mora on the right baseline, but it fumbles off the end of his fingertips out of bounds for turnover number 2. Mora leads with 6 points, Box with 4, and Jesus Ramos with 3, but sitting the bench already with 2 fouls. 2 apiece for Bynum and Johnson for the Rams. Quickly driving the court is Gray. Hands it off down the lane as he gives it to Ford. He turns around with the fadeaway, and they call the push foul against the Eagles. Looked like possibly Darius Royal throwing an elbow on him that time. So Royal picks up his first, 16th foul already on the Eagles with 3:07 left first quarter. On the line will be Ford, yet to shoot a free throw this season. The team's shooting 65% from the charity stripe through 3 games. Eagles stick with Mora, Royal. First free throw's an air ball. Also Ross on the court and Mackey. So I guarantee you that Mr. Ford would like to have that ball back as he didn't even hit rim on that one. So Rancho now 0 for 1 on the free throw stripe. Hobbs still up by the 9, 13-4. Second shot is up, and it is off the back of the rim high. Ball loose on the near sideline, run down by Bynum for his first board. Throws it up top to set up the offense to Wood. Kicks it left wing, a 3 on the way for Johnson. Well off the mark, pulled down for the Eagles in transition by Ronnie Ross. Tries to get over to Box in the left wing on the front court, but overthrows him out of bounds. And that will be another Hobbs Eagle turnover with 3 now. 2:54 left first quarter. Winner's going to play either Los Lunas or the host team, Artesia, tomorrow night at 7:30. Into the front court, quickly off the dribble is Bynum. To the left elbow to Wood. Fadeaway jumper, he nails it, and the foul. So Hobbs starting to really mount on the fouls here in the front court defense. That will be their 17th foul. And that will send on the line Mikey Wood, getting his chance for a 3-point play. They charge that one to Ronnie Ross, his first. 7-3 foul count in favor of Rio Rancho now. On the line is Wood for his free throw. High one. A reverse spin, doesn't even hit the rim. Air ball. Rio Rancho now 0 for 3 in the free throw department. They could use every single point they could get. They're down by 7. Back on the court is Morgan, checking in for Darius Royal. Inbound to Mackey on the far right sideline backcourt. Cross court left, a bad pass. Picked off on the near sideline by Carey. He drives the lane with the fade with the left hook, misses it. Ball loose on the left baseline, put up again, and shot swish on the about 5 foot out for Ford. His first bucket, first rebound for Austin Ford. 2:25 remaining here in the first. We got a reach foul in the backcourt. Chasing after the 2 Hobbs guards was Jamal Bynum, picking up his second. And the 14th foul against the Rams. Clock will stop with 2:24 left first quarter. Checking on for the Eagles for the first time is Samad J. Williams. Stay with Mora, Morgan, Mackey, and also back on the court, Jalen Gore. Gore gets the inbound, gives it back to Mackey on the far sideline, backcourt to Gore again. Throws it across to Morgan on the near side. Morgan will hand off to Gore near the timeline. Front court with 2:10 left in the quarter, up 13-8. Slowing it down, dribbling through his legs now against the defense of Mikey Wood. To the top of the circle. They're going to call a push-off. This by Mora trying to set the screen. That's his second screen foul. And now he gets a technical. So that's going to be his 3rd personal and the 19th foul. Coach Reeves trying to talk to Mora to settle down. So Mora now is going to have to exit with 3 fouls against him. Eagles are completely taking themselves out of this first quarter just by fouls midway through. And now down to the 2:06 mark. So there will be a tech charge to Mora. Hobbs with 9 team fouls now. And on the line will be Keegan Caton. He'll probably do the bonus first, and they'll get the tech shots as well. Actually, the first one was a screen foul. That wouldn't be shooting situation. These are the techs. First one's up and good for Caton. His first free throw. First free throw made for Rio Rancho. They're 1 of 4 from the charity stripe, 25%, and he makes them both. Caton's their top scorer on the season, averaging 19 points a game. The Hobbs Eagles scores so far up to this point. Jalen Gore averaging 19, 13.7 for Mackey, and 12.7 for Aaron Mora. Score now 13-10 as Rio Rancho starting to nail their way back into this game due to a lot of fouls on the Eagles. Right now, Hobbs has 3 for Mora, 2 for Ramos, and 1 apiece for Ross, Van Landingham, Morgan, and Royal. Ball in back to the right wing to Caton. Spins on the right elbow, tries to sing it back to the near side and ripped away by Michael Mackey, turnover number 3 for the Rams. He goes to the rack with a high shot on the left side of the glass. They're going to call the charge against him now. So Michael Mackey now picks up his first, and that's the 10th team foul. Rancho will be in the double bonus the rest of this half. A full second quarter left and 1:53 left here in the first. A 3-point Hobbs Eagle lead. That's definitely going to change the game plan for Coach Reeves and the Eagles with the foul trouble. Ball comes in on the near sideline, bringing it hard across with the dribble. Archuleta gets stripped by the Eagles. Great hands by Jalen Gore for turnover number 4. Gore in the front court off the dribble. Kicks it out right corner to Ramos. Spots up a tray out the back of the rim. No good. Rebound on the right block for the Rams by Ford, his second. Sends it to the timeline to Caton. Pie pass to Wood on the left wing. Dumps it down to the left baseline. A shot on the run by Archuleta off the rim. Gets his own rebound on the left block. He'll send it to the right elbow and stolen away by Mackey, and then reaching him hard and slapping at him was Austin Ford for the foul on the Rams. First on Ford, 15 foul against Rio Rancho. And we've had 15 combined fouls so far, 10 for Hobbs and 5 for Rancho. Returning the game for Rio Rancho is Austin Ford. Or actually, correction, that is on the court, Adonis Carey seeing his first action, just a sophomore. Slowing the ball up as he comes across his Gore with 1:15. Finds Mackey on the near side. Well outside the perimeter, though. A 2-1-2 zone. Coming back to get it is Williams at the timeline. And then now Mackey with the handoff. He'll go left to right around the perimeter in front of the Rancho bench, far sideline. Backs it up to the top of the arc. Slides left and gives it off to Williams. Down to the left corner to Gore. Drives baseline, reverse layup right. He's hit going up and the foul. Coach Saladas over there trying to change the official's call, and he's stomping his feet, throwing his arms up in the air. They'll get the foul on Ford, and that will be the 16th foul against Rio Rancho. That will send Jalen Gore to the line. Gore on the season, shooting 57%. Hobbs is a team at 61 as he swishes his first free throw. First point of the game for Jalen Gore. Again, that was the second foul on Ford. Williams will take a seat for the Eagles as Ronnie Ross returns for the Hobbs lineup. And on the court for Rio Rancho, Andrew Sanchez for Ford exiting with 2 fouls. So one more shot for Jalen Gore extends the lead to 14-10. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Second shot at the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Ramos on the left block. Gives it back up to Ross with the reverse layup. He can't put it down. And now Rancho with the rebound, pulling it down over the rim was Maddox Presser. They call the foul on the Eagles for a slap. That'll go to the other end for a double bonus. This time they'll charge that one to Ross, his second. Clock will stop with 48 seconds left here in the first, 14-10. Eagles by 4. That will send Maddox Presser to the other end for the free throws. Presser shooting 60% from the charity stripe so far this season. In this game, the Rams are 2 of 5 for 40% on the stripe. Presser's first free throw is up and good. That's his first point of the ball game. So far, Rancho has 6 scores in the books. Eagles have 4. 14-11, Hobbs by 3. Presser's second shot is up, and it is good as well. 2 points for Presser. 14-12, Hobbs by 2 now. Ramos has the ball in the backcourt, gives it over to the far side to Gore, slings it to half court to Mackey. 3-on-2, shot from the free throw line on the way. It's swish. Michael Mackey, great follow through on that jumper. It's 16-12, Hobbs by 4. Clock down to 30 seconds left first quarter. Long ball to the near sideline, still in the backcourt is Wood. Sends it to the timeline to Sanchez, back to Wood on the near side front court. Quick pass down to the right baseline to Archuleta. Back out right wing to Wood for 3 off the rim, no good. Ball's going around to the near sideline, out of bounds. And Boyd trying to chase it and running into the wall here on the near sideline was Jeremiah Archuleta. Hit hard, looked like his head slammed right into the glass that time as Ramos helps him up off the court. Eagle basketball in the backcourt, Mackey to inbound. Back deep to the baseline to Ramos. So correction, make that Gore. Gore will take the dribbles. The defender backs up into a half-court D. Gary at the top of the arc in the front side. Drive behind his back is Gore. Through his legs, shot from 3, NBA distance, and nothing but net. The senior whipping up on the sophomore that time, Jalen Gore. Second tray of the game for the Eagles, and that will end this first quarter. At the end of one, the Hobbs Eagles 19, Rio Rancho 12. We'll be back in 30 seconds live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We're back at the pit here in Artesia, the Bulldog pit, not the one at UNM, as the Hobbs Eagles lead 19-12 at the end of one here in the semifinals of the Artesia Tournament. The steal on the inbound from Michael Mackey. That's turnover number 5 for the Rams. Gets it down low to the left block to Gore. Double clutch high on the glass and scores. Jalen now with 6 points to lead the Eagles, tied with Mora with 6. 4 for Box, 3 for Ramos, 2 for Mackey. And now a kick at half court for Mackey, trying to steal the pass down court for Rio Rancho, and they're called the kick ball. They've got 6 different players with 2 points apiece for the Rio Rancho Rams. Nobody more than 2 at this point. 7:43 left, second quarter. Hobbs matching their biggest lead at 9. But they've got 10 fouls already. Driving the lane, losing the ball in the air is Bynum, and a late whistle by the official. He was out of control that time. They bailed him out, and that'll give him 2 free throws on the double bonus. They'll call the foul on Jalen Gore, his first. That's the 11th team foul for the Eagles, just 6 for Rio Rancho. On the line of Jamal Bynum. Bynum comes into the game shooting 50% from the charity stripe. First free throw is up and good for Bynum. He's got 3 points. They're now 5 of 8 from the line are the Rams. Tyler Box returns in for Ronnie Ross for the Eagles. Mackey, Morgan, Gore, and Van Landingham on the court for the black and white, the Hobbs Eagles, and a little bit of gold trim on that uniform. Second free throw is off the back of the rim, no good for Bynum. Chased down at the free throw line for Box, that's his first board. Sends it ahead to Mackey in the deep left corner of the front court. Uses up his dribble, pivots, coming to get his Morgan in that left corner. Returns to Mackey as he dribbles up top of the arc. Dribbles through his legs, gives it back to Box on the left wing. He'll back it out, up top to Morgan with the jab step. Sends it back to Van Landingham on the left wing. Nice fake with the head, going down the lane. Dumps it down low, and there's Morgan to tip it in for 2 on the left block. First bucket for Morgan. It's now 23-13. The Eagles' biggest lead is 10. Half-court pass complete to Bynum. He'll drive the left baseline. High-arching layup, bouncing around the rim. Comes off, no good. Loose underneath the bucket. Put back up on the right block. It comes off for Caton. We got some bodies crashing in the lane. Looked like a bunch of dominoes hitting the floor, and they called the foul somehow. Didn't know who got the advantage on that one. They're going to charge that. Appears to be the Eagles on the rebound. So Hobbs is really going to have to watch their fouls. A lot of calls against the Eagles here in the first half. Waiting to see who they're going to charge that against. The scores table is sounding the horn to get the referee's attention here. They get the number on who the foul was. Referees still have not told them who it is. That's the 12th team foul against the Eagles. On the line will be Jaden Johnson. Official's going to go meet with the table now to find out who that foul was against. 3 on Mora, 2 on Ross, 2 on Ramos so far. Again, 12 team fouls against the Eagles. That's going to be charged to Van Landingham, his second. Johnson yet to shoot a free throw in this ball game. First shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim, no good. 5 of 10 are the Rams, 50% for the charity stripe, but they lead or trail by 10 to the Eagles. Second shot for Johnson is off the front of the iron, no good. Ripped down by Morgan, tried to save it. He throws it off the leg of Keegan Caton on the baseline. So Morgan's going to pick up his second rebound. Teams were tied with 7-7 in the rebounds after the first quarter. So battling hard at both ends. 6:53 left, second quarter. Hobbs up by 10, 23-13. Box has it on the far sideline, backcourt against a 2-1-2 trap. Sends it back deep to Gore. He'll throw it across the timeline to Morgan, leaping forward on the near side. Returns it over to Gore, top of the circle, continues down the lane, finds Box right baseline, double team. To Van Landingham at the free throw line, fakes a shot, leans and shoots a sidewinder, and is fouled going up. So Van Landingham trying to draw the defense to him at the charity stripe, and he'll get a chance for free throws here. That'll be the 17th foul against Rancho. Both teams in the bonus throughout the rest of this second, although Hobbs with a double bonus situation given up to Rancho. They'll call the foul on Caton, his first, as Van Landingham sets up for his free throws. On the season, he's shooting 83%, best on the team so far. Eagles now 1 for 1 on the line. First shot is up and a swish for Van Landingham, his first points of the ball game. Eagles now with 7 in the books in terms of scoring. They had 11 scoring last night in that win over Alamogordo. 24-13, best lead of the game now is 11. Despite the free throw or foul situation, misses the second free throw, pulled down in the middle of the paint by Bynum. Outlet to the far sideline, coming across is Caton. He tries to go back door in the lane to Johnson, but overthrows him out of bounds on the baseline for turnover number 6. Eagles, if they could stay away from the foul problem so far, definitely controlling this game in terms of tempo. Box on the left baseline, gets it in. Coming back to get it is Gore. On the near side, returns back deep to Box. Fakes the pass back to Gore. Now slings it across the timeline to Van Landingham. Got caught right in front of the official and tried to save it, but out of bounds as he steps on the line. That'll be turnover number 5 for the Eagles. I think he might have thought that the referee was one of the defenders out there and was kind of backing into her and just kind of reached out for her, but it was kind of overthrown anyway towards our radio booth. 24-13, Hobbs by 11. Driving hard is Bynum. Shot from the right block. Air ball. Hits the bottom of the backboard, picked up by Michael Mackey on the board, throws it up to a breaking Box. Figueroa over the front of the rim and scores. He's been excellent on the transition game. 6 points for Tyler Box. Matching up the scoring of Aaron Mora and also Jalen Gore. Eagles with their biggest lead is 13, 26-13. High ball into the front court to Johnson. Dribbles to the right block. Pivoting, uses up his dribble. Back deep to the timeline to Bynum on the right wing. He'll come down the lane, hippity hop, rejected by Morgan. They call a late foul. Boy, Morgan got a swat on the leather, and then they call the foul on him late on the block. And so for Morgan, that'll be his second, 13th team foul. We still have 5:43 left in the second. And that will send to the line Jamal Bynum. He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 26-13, first shot is up, and it is a swish. So Bynum now, 4 points, and a 12-point Eagle lead. Winner will play in the championship tomorrow, 7:30 here from the Bulldog Pit. Artesia still in contention as they are in their semifinal game later tonight. They'll take on Los Lunas. Second shot is up and a swish for Bynum. He's 3 of 4 from the line, all coming in the second quarter, and has 5 points. 26-15 is the score. Eagles have scored 7 in this quarter, just 3 for Rio Rancho. And now a foul on the Rams as they slap at the Eagles, trying to break the press on the trap. That'll be the 8th team foul against the Rams, as they'll charge that one to Adonis Gary. Listening live to HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Tyler Box will get a chance to shoot some one-on-one free throw situation here. Box getting his first opportunity on the line in this one. He's yet to shoot a free throw this season. This will be his first. Clock at 5:42 remaining. Here in the second, Hobbs up by 11, pinning free throw, and in and out for Box on the shot. Pulled down underneath on the rebound by Carey, his first. Comes into the front court against a double team on Box and Gore. Sends it down to the left baseline. A leaner on the run that time, coming on that left base by Wood. That's his second bucket, 4 points. 26-17 down to a single-digit lead. Mackey in the backcourt, stop and go. Throws it across to Roya, who just checked in. He tries to do a high dribble. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it will go off a Rio Rancho foot to the baseline. Right side of the paint, Eagle basketball. Now they're going to move it to the sideline. Right side as Van Landingham inbounds to the top of the arc to Gore. He's going to try to set up the offense patiently over to Box on the right wing. Spots up an NBA three. A high one and a swish. Boy, Box is really coming on the last 2 games. He's got 9 points to lead the Eagles. Third tray converted for the Hobbs squad. 29-17, up by 12. Into the front court comes Mikey Wood against Box. Sends it over to left wing to Sanchez. Spins, knocks Box away, but no foul call. Got away with the push-off that time. Kicks out to Caton on the right wing. Guarded closely by Mackey. Coming back to get it around is Sanchez on the right wing. Sends it left side over to Wood. Spin move with the left elbow. Uses up his dribble against Van Landingham. Underhands it to Gary on the left wing. Drives baseline. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Ball loose at the free throw line. Picked up by Gary, but stolen by Mackey. Mackey tries to dribble into the front court, and he's hit hard. Want to see if they're going to call a foul on this. No, they're just going to say he lost the dribble out to the mid-stripe scores table area. So that will be turnover number 6 for the Eagles. 7 turnovers for Rio Rancho so far. Clock at 4:37 left, second quarter. Inbounding from the far sideline, midcourt is Wood as he gets it into Presser. Presser pivots, gives it off to Caton on the left wing. He spins, lost the ball, knocked out of his hands by Jalen Gore. Nice triple team that time with Mackey. Also underneath there was a couple other players, including Gore and Box. But it will be Rio Rancho basketball on the right baseline. Inbounding is Caton. Sends it to the left corner to Gary. Back it into Box. Bounce pass down low to the left block to Caton. Down the paint to Presser. Leans and shoots and's fouled as Royal and Gore both went up high with him that time. They call a foul on one of them. They're going to charge that to, see which one they are going to get that on. Looks like they'll charge it to Gore, his second 14th team foul for the Eagles. Just 8 for Rio Rancho. On the line will be Presser. He's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe and has 2 points. Referee trying to calm everybody down in the lane. Presser's a big kid, 6'3". Shots up and good. 3 points now for Presser. Perfect on the line as well, 3 for 3. He only came into this game shooting 60% from the charity stripe. So definitely improving his numbers in this game. 11-point Eagle lead, 29-18, pinning this second free throw. Bounce around the rim and good. He got all 4 of the ones he shot so far, has 4 points. 29-19. Into the front court, stop and go for Jalen Gore. Sends it back to Mackey, still in the backcourt. Back to Gore as he brings it across left side. Oh, he gets away with the carry and then lost it out of bounds, and they're going to call the turnover there. That'll be number 8, or make it 7 for the Eagles. 4:11 left, second quarter. Hobbs 3-1 on the season. Rio Rancho at 1-2, their first win over Carlsbad last night. The inbound coming to the near sideline. Caton will drive hard across to the right wing. Front court continues down the right baseline against 2 defenders. Little scoop shot, no good. Royal rips it down on the right block for the Eagles. His first rebound. Up ahead to Mackey. Shot from the free throw line at the other end. It swishes it home. Mackey licking his fingertips after that one to show off to the defender just a bit. He's got 4 points off the J. 31-19. Eagles back up by 12. Inbounded to Sanchez on the far sideline. He's going to slow it up. Guarded by Box at the time stripe. Down to 3:40. Hard dribble to the left elbow. Kick out left to Gary. Fakes a 3. Spins on the left block. Lost the ball in the lane. Picked up by Presser. And we got a travel. As the Hobbs Eagle fans right behind me are the ones yelling out travel, and the official obliges him. That'll be turnover number 8. Coach Salata is yelling he jump stopped on that one, and no way could that have been a jump stop. It might have been a jump stop, but a drag of the feet after that. Inbounding for the Eagles is Gore on the near side. Back deep to Mackey. Getting a little bit of pressure now from Gary. He'll beat him across the timeline with the pass over to Gore. In the front court, stop and go to the left wing to the free throw line. Over to Mackey on the right wing in front of Coach Salata and the Rams. To Royal in the right corner. Kicks it up top. Driving hard as Gore down the lane. Shoots on the run. Ball coming in and out. No good. Tipped up in the air. Loose on the near side. Chased down by Box for his second rebound. He's knocked to the floor. A big forearm thrown at him by Adonis Gary. That'll be Gary's second personal and the 19th foul against the Rams. 31-19. Eagles up by 12 with 3:11 remaining here in the second. Back on the court for the Eagles off the sub. Ronnie Ross in for Mackey, who exits with 4. Box is 0 for 1 from the charity stripe and has 9 points. He is the leading scorer so far coming off the bench for the Eagles. He's the transition man in this game so far with about 3 layups in front of the offense. Free throws off the front of the rim, no good. Ball loose. Down on the floor for it was Royal. Throws it out left, and there's a big 15-footer converted for Jalen Gore off the jumper. That's his 8th point of the ball game. Eagles up by 14. A steal at half court by Royal, getting sky high for it. He comes down the rack with it and lays it over the front of the rim. Royal clapping his hands together. Beautiful execution on the defense and then converted on the score on the transition game. Actually, that was Box who laid it in for Hobbs. A pass at the last second from Royal. Timeout on the court. Eagles up with their biggest lead of 16, 35-19 over Rio Rancho. We're coming back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back live at the Artesia Basketball Tournament. Ty Friend here with you at the Bulldog Pit. Eagles up big over Rio Rancho, 35-19, despite 14 team fouls and just 9 for Rio Rancho. Listening live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Inbound is stolen away by Samad J. Williams. Returner number 11 goes backdoor to Box. Mr. Go-To now, and Box lays it in for 2 on the right side. 13 points for Tyler Box. Coach, he needs to be a starter, Coach Reeves. In the backcourt, going hard across the timeline is Jeremiah Archuleta. Coming down the paint, puts on the brakes, fadeaway jumper, misses off the front of the rim, loose. Ball loose on the near side, and Box will pick it up, tips it out to Ronnie Ross. Box with his third rebound. Ross coming down the lane, misses the shot on the right of the rim, and the ball gets knocked out of his hands on the trying for the rebound, goes out on the left baseline. They're going to give it to Rio Rancho. Mackey return for Hobbs. A couple of subs in now for Rio Rancho. 37-19 your score. Here in the second quarter of action. 2:22 remaining. Is coming across hard here in the second. Is Johnson down the lane, rejected by Jarius Royal. Throws it across the timeline to Box, but overthrows his teammate out of bounds on the near side. And that will be turnover number 8 for the Eagles, but there's been 11 for Rio Rancho. 2:14 left here in the second. Hobbs up with their biggest lead of 18. Inbound to the deep baseline to Keegan Clayton. He'll hand it off to his teammate, the guard, Bynum. Bynum bring it across against Box. Stop and go. Now in the front court with 2 minutes remaining in the second. Gets a screen on the left wing for Presser. Down the left baseline to Clayton. Clayton fires up a 15-footer. An air ball underneath the hoop for the rebound is the Eagles' Ronnie Ross. He'll bring it across the timeline. Sends it over to left wing to Williams. He'll back it out. Wants to clear out now as he backs it into Sanchez. Cross court right to Box. Thought about an NBA three. Decides against it. Over to Williams on the left wing. Back deep to Mackey near the timeline with 1:42. Eagles still up by 18. He'll slow it down now. Dribbles through his legs. Top of the circle. Guarded by Johnson. Coming to get his Ross on the right wing. He pivots. Finds Roy on the left elbow with another pivot himself. Over to Williams, driving down the middle of the paint, goes up high with the layup, rolls off the back of the iron, no good. Pulled down underneath by Sanchez for the Rams, his first rebound. He'll take the dribble himself with 1:20 left here in this second quarter. Comes across the timeline, off to the right wing to Bynum. Drives the lane, reverse layup with his left hand and puts it through for 2. It kind of clinks off the iron for just a second, but gets it to drop. Bynum now with 7 points. 37-21, Eagles still by 16. Slowing it down big time is across the lane, or Mackey. He'll take a shot from the left elbow, a fadeaway off the front of the iron, no good. Pulling it down is Presser for the Rams, his second rebound. Outlet to the timeline. Johnson drives the free throw line, kicks out left wing. That's to Sanchez. To the free throw line to Bynum, turns up and throws a shot in transition, coming down the paint and is fouled as he hits his butt on the floor. Ball comes off the rim, but a foul on the Eagles. And that will be the 15th team foul against Hobbs, as they'll charge that one to Michael Mackey, his second. So a lot of players with 2 fouls apiece. Mackey, Ramos, Ross, Van Landingham, Gore, Morgan, and Aaron Mora with 3, who's been on the bench for much of this second quarter in foul trouble. Free throws are romping around the rim and good. A lot of free throws for Jamal Bynum due to his penetration in the lane. He's 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. It's now 37-22 after that made throw. He'll get one more. Shot is up, and it's a swish for Morgan, or Bynum. It's now 37-23, quickly in the front court. Mackey lost the basketball, taken away from behind. That's a 9 turnover. Now in the front court is Sanchez on the far side. Sends it over to the right wing to Bynum. Fakes a shot, drives the lane, reverse layup with his left hand over the front of the rim and scores. Bynum's starting to get on fire here. He's got 9 of his 11 points there in the second quarter, 37-25. Eagles throw a bad pass across the timeline for turnover number 10 and taken away by Caton. Throws it across the time stripe to Bynum, right wing with 17. Kick out to the right side, picked up off the deflection by Caton. Uses up his dribble, finds Bynum on the right corner, down low to Presser, taken away by the Eagles' Darius Royal for turnover number 12. Sends it ahead to Ross going to the rack. He's swatted from behind. Ball loose, picked up, shot at half court. The buzzer is an air ball for Andrew Sanchez, who crashes into the radio table and breaks up all of our equipment here. I'm going to have to call my lawyer real quickly. That will end the first half of play, though. The Eagles somehow holding on to a 12-point lead despite 15 team fouls, 37-25 over Rio Rancho. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back live with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Welcome back to the Bulldog Pit here in Artesia. The Artesia Tournament. The Hobbs Eagles up by 12, 37-25. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of action. The Rancho Rams do have one in double figures. Jamal Bynum, he has 11 points, 9 of those coming in the second quarter, and a ton of free throws too. He is 5 of 6, or make that, let's see here. Yeah, 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. So definitely helping out the cause there. And so most of his points coming at the charity stripe. After that, a big drop-off in scoring. Maddox Presser has 4 points. He's 4 for 4 on the line. Mikey Wood also with 4 off a couple of baskets. And then a bunch of guys with 2. Keegan Caton went 2 for 2 from the line. Jaden Johnson hit a bucket for 2. Same for Austin Ford with 2 as well. So far in the first half, 6 scores for Rio Rancho. They are 11 of 17 from the charity stripe for 64%. They have 12 turnovers and 14 rebounds. Their top boardman so far is Keegan Caton with 3. A bunch of guys with 2 apiece: Gary, Sanchez, Bynum, Ford, and Presser. And for your Hobbs Eagles, 1 in double digits. That's Tyler Box coming off the bench with 13 points. Also has 3 rebounds, 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Jalen Gore hit a tray in the first quarter. He's got 8 points for the Eagles. 6 for Aaron Mora, who had all 6 of those points in the first quarter, is in foul trouble with 3 already. Michael Mackey has 4 points on a couple of buckets. Jesus Ramos got foul trouble early, but managed to hit a 3 for a total of 3 points. Katre Morgan had a bucket for 2 points. Ethan Van Landingham was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe for 1 point. So far, the Eagles with 7 scores at this point in time. They were 2 of 5 from the charity stripe for 40%. Had 10 turnovers compared to 12 for Rio Rancho, and 15 rebounds, one better than Rio Rancho with 14. Eagles were up 19-12 in the first quarter, and then they outscored Rio Rancho 18-13 in the second quarter. Your score once again at the half: Hobbs 37, Rio Rancho 25. We'll come back in 3 minutes to get you started for second half action live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. We're back at the Artesia Tournament, the Bulldog Pit. Hobbs up 37-25 over Rio Rancho. If you just joined us here at the half, We had 13 points for Tyler Box in the first half, 8 for Jalen Gore, and 6 for Aaron Mora. Eagles 2 of 5 from the line at 40%, and for Rio Rancho, 11 for Jamal Bynum, and a big drop-off after that. Eagles with just 10 turnovers compared to 12 for Rio Rancho, but they shot 11 of 17 from the line for 64%. So a difference of 12 free throws in advantage for Rio Rancho in that first half of action. Hobbs only getting 5 attempts, 17 for the Rams. Foul trouble at this point, 3 for Aaron Mora, 2 apiece for Mackey, Ramos, Ross, Van Lattingham, and Gore and Morgan. In fact, so lots of guys have to be careful as we get going here in the third quarter. Coach Reeves decides to put Aaron Mora back on the court. He sat out for quite a bit of the second with those 3 fouls, so he's got to be very careful. Just got to get his hands straight up in the air inside the paint. He got 2 of his fouls on screens on offense, though. Normally doesn't happen very often, but did on his 2 occasions, then a technical on top of that. Eagles had the ball to start. They get it in quickly to Gore. Spot shot from the left baseline, hits off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound at the top of the circle by Bynum for the Rams. They go back door at the other end. A scoop shot on the way for Johnson. He puts it through off the glass for 2. It's 4 points for Johnson, 37-27. Eagles by 10 in the front court. Mackey going to slow it up to be patient on the offense. Comes towards the Hobbs Eagle bench on the far side. Stop and go. Uses up his dribble on the left wing. Bounce pass left corner to Mora. Mora's going to do it with a nice fake with the shot. Then he turns to the left elbow off the dribble. Fires up a shot anyway. It swishes it over the big kid. Puts it over the top of Presser. Mora now with 8 points. 39-27. Eagles by 12 with 7:15 left here in the third quarter. Long ball to the far side to Sanchez, to the free throw line to Bynum. He backs it out, then comes down the lane, sends it to the left corner. Caton fadeaway jumper's a swish, 18-footer. He's got 4 points. And remember, he's averaging 19 a game, well below his average. A reach on the full court pressure being applied by Jaden Johnson. That'll be his 3rd personal and the first team foul for the Rams here in the second half. They had 9 fouls in the first half, 15 for the Eagles. Long inbound to the timeline, picked up by Ramos, now in the front court. To the free throw line, extended on the dribble. Tries to put it through the hole there to Mora, tipped out to Mackey on the left wing. He backs it out, being very patient in the offense. Tries to bounce it down to Mora on the left block, but kicked out to the baseline off the foot of Jamal Bynum. Eagles up 39-29, 10-point lead with 6:50 left third quarter. Right baseline inbound, Ramos back deep to Mackey near the scores table on the far sideline. Come across with a dribble, left to right, top of the circle. Well outside the perimeter still, guarded by Bynum. Cannon dribbles around for just a second. Sends it over to the right side to Gore. Stop and go for Gore, top of the circle. One hands over to Ramos, had to come back for it. Head fake, up top to Mora, fakes a 3 himself, lost the ball from behind and picked away by the defensive Bynum. That's 11 turnovers, throws it down the lane, no good off the miss off the front of the rim and put back up and in on the left block by Johnson. He's got 6 points and the first rebound for him. It's 39-31. Long ball for Mora across the timeline to nobody except the Rams, picked off by Maddox Presser, turnover number 12. Presser up top of the circle to Sanchez front court, continues in the lane on the dribble, tries to throw up a weak shot and rejected hard by Ramos, sends it to the baseline underneath the hoop. Coach Reeves is going to call the timeout. He wants the Eagles to take care of the passing game, which have had some issues with in the last couple of takes up the court. 6:02 left here in the third. Hobbs up by 8, 39-31 over Rio Rancho. Back in 30 seconds on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. After the Hobbs Eagle timeout, Rio Rancho here in the third quarter has outscored the Eagles 6-2, and it's just an 8-point lead now. The biggest lead in the first half, 18 for Hobbs. Inbound from the right baseline underneath the Ram hoop is Bynum. Bounces it in towards the free throw line. Mackey gets it. It is mauled to the floor. Got forearmed right in the chest by the big kid Maddox Presser. That'll be turnover number 13 for Rio Rancho. Off the steal from Mackey. And that will be the second team foul against Rio Rancho here in the second half. Ramos will inbound here on the near sideline of the backcourt. About halfway back. Gives it to Mackey in bounds. Backcourt. Back across to Ramos on the right wing front side. And he's going to slide the pivot foot. He ended up his dribble, then slid over as he tried to pass up top. So that will be a turnover for the Eagles. They're 13th. Already 3 turnovers here in the second half. Uncharacteristic for the Hobbs Eagle offense. Seems like they're getting these turnovers on the half-court game instead of the transition. Inbound deep in the backcourt to Bynum. He'll take on the defense of Gore. Comes in the front court, slides over to Caton on the right wing. Dribbles to the right elbow and pivots. Uses up his dribble. Nice defense by Morgan. Kick out right wing to Bynum. Bynum hands off to Sanchez behind him on the right side and return up top to Caton. Slings it down the right elbow, pivoting his presser. Back to the right wing to Sanchez. To the free throw line to Caton, fires up and fadeaway. Air ball. Aaron Mora underneath the hoop for the rebound. That's his second. Throws it ahead to Mackey. Back door to Morgan. Reverse layup right side. Clinks off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound for Bynum. Fell to the floor, but picked up by Johnson. Dribbles into the front court for the Rams. 2 on 3. Comes down the lane with 3 steps. They give him the extra step. He lays court. For the Eagles, Jalen Gore. Hobbs by 6, 39-33 with 5 minutes left third. Top of the arc, NBA 3 and nothing but net. Put it through for Jalen Gore. He's got 2 trays in the game and 11 points. Leading the Eagles in scoring right behind Box, who's got 13. 42-33, Eagles by 9. Into the front court, slowing it up is Jamal Bynum. Sends it over to the right wing to Sanchez, guarded by Ramos. Stop and go dribble. Shuffle pass off to the left wing to Presser. To the free throw line. Backs it up with a pass to Johnson, top of the circle. Guarded by Gore. Over to left wing to Sanchez. Bounce it left elbow. To Caton, spins. Fadeaway jumper in the paint and swishes over the top of Morgan. Boy, he got up high on that one. Caton with just his 6th point of the ball game. Again, he's averaging 19 on the season. Eagles been playing some tough defensive pressure on him. 42-35. Hobbs up just by 7. The closest it's been here in the second half with 4:20 left in the third. The inbound deep in the left corner, spinning with the ball, is Gore. He'll bring it across the timeline, midcourt, as he takes on Bynum. Slows it up in the Hobbs Eagle offense, stop and go, and a block foul, as Bynum did not give him a chance to get around him. So Bynum will pick up his 3rd personal, 3rd team foul against the Rams. So Bynum and Johnson both have 3 apiece now, so they're starting to get themselves into foul trouble. And checking on now for the Rams is Esteban Morales, in for Johnson with those 3. Ramos will inbound on the far sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Bounces into Mackey, left baseline. Fade shot coming down the base, and he gets a double team on him and a foul. Converging on him was Bynum and Ford that time. See which one they're going to charge the foul to. That will be the 14th foul alert against the Rams. 4-0 foul count right now, as that will be charged to Presser, his first. On the line is Mackey, yet to shoot a free throw. He'll get 2 here. First shot is up, and it is good for Mackey. He's got 5 points. Mackey came into the game shooting 67% from the charity stripe. Eagles are now 3 of 6 for 50%. Mackey's second free throw is up, and it is bouncing around the rim and good. He got both of them. 6 points for Michael Mackey. 44-35, extend the lead to 9 for Hobbs with 4:09 left third quarter. Cross-court pass on the inbound, tipped up high in the air, brought down by Morales. Got away with the travel, sends it across the timeline to Gary, top of the arc. Over to left wing to Bynum. Drives the free throw line, extends down, runs over Ramos. They're going to call the block foul on Ramos. Looks like he got there in time. They're going to count the basket in the foul. They're going to call that against Ramos, his 3rd personal, 1st team foul. And count the basket, as we said, for Bynum. That's his 13th point of the ball game. He was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe in the second quarter alone, and getting his first attempt here. Rams are 11 of 17 at the half. 44-37. With a point here on the free throw, that'll be the closest the Rams have gotten here in the third quarter. Free throw's up, and it is good. Swishes it, does Bynum. He's got 14 points. 44-38, 6-point lead. Wide open is Box on the right wing, gets a pass, but throws up a clunker off the right rim, but tipped back up and in with 2 hands by Morgan, right where he needed to be on that one. He's got 6 points and 3 rebounds. 46-38, Eagles by 8. In the backcourt, Gary has a double team against him, throws it across the timeline, left side to Morales, to the left corner, 15-footer for Caton, wide open. You can't leave him open. He swished it. He's got 6 points in the third quarter and 8 overall. 46-40, Hobbs by 6. Box will get it across the timeline with a pass to Gore. He'll slow it down with 3:20 left in the third. Gets a screen from Van Landingham, top of the circle. Continues down the lane, fadeaway jumper from the right elbow, off the back of the rim, no good. Gary gets the rebound for the Rams. Throws it across the timeline, a hard zinger, but it goes off the hands of his teammate on the left baseline. Offensive Estefan Morales fumbles it out of bounds for turnover number 14. 3:11 left third, 46-40 Eagles. Box will get it into Van Landingham in the backcourt of the paint. Lost the ball off his own dribble. Nobody guarding him at that time. Got too eager and fumbled it off his knee out of bounds. That'll be the 14th turnover for Hobbs. An unforced error underneath the backcourt rim that time in Rams offensive territory. The inbound to the right corner to Bynum. Dumps it down right block to Caton. Fadeaway jumper, and they got another foul call underneath. Didn't get the one to drop this time, was blocked, but then they called the foul on top of it. So that will be the Eagles' second team foul here in the second half. And that will send to the line Caton. They call the foul against the Eagles. Cotre Morgan, his third. On the line, Caton is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. He'll get 2 here. Caton with 6 of his 8 points here in the third quarter and nails the free throw. Now perfect 3 for 3. 5-point ball game, the closest has been here in the third. Clock stop with 3:04 left. Here in the semifinals of the Artesia Tournament. Winner will play the winner of the Artesia Los Lunas game tonight. That'll be the nightcap. Second shot is up, and it is a swish for Caton. He got both of them. 10 points for Keegan Caton. 3:04 left, third quarter. 4-point lead for the Eagles, 46-42. Box quickly up court to Van Landingham down the lane. Reverse layup, right side up the rim, no good. Mora is able to clean up with a push shot over the front iron and count it. Mora now with 10 points and 3 rebounds. 48-42, Eagles by 6. Long ball coming across the timeline to Morales. Dribbles down the middle of the lane, turns and fires up a hook shot, rejected by the big man Mora, picked up by Box on the far sideline. He'll dribble it across, down the right side of the lane, backdoor, alley-oop to Morgan, misses the shot, and a rebound underneath by Caton for his 4th. Outlet to the near side, Bynum going to slow it down. Into the front court off the crossover move, guarded by Gore. Hands off on the right wing to Gary. Gary at the jump stop, top of the arc. Flicks it over to right wing to Caton. Crossover with his left hand. Uses up his dribble. Wraparound pass to the right corner to Bynum. He tries to get it down low, and another foul called on the Eagles. Knocked to the floor is Caton on the right block. And that will be the 3rd team foul against the Eagles. That'll be charged to Morgan, his 4th personal. Looks like in just a second, Mackey will check in after the free throw here. Keegan Caton on the line, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. First shot is up, and it is good. Caton has made all 5 of his free throws. Caton came into the game shooting 85%, not the guy you want to have on the charity stripe, especially in a semifinal of a tournament, at least for the Hobbs Eagles side of the coin here. One more free throw here. Shot is up and good. As we mentioned, Mackey checked in, 48-44, inbound to Box quickly in the right corner of the backcourt. Passes deep to Mackey on the baseline. He'll take the dribble himself as he goes one-on-one against Wood. Now in the front court. Clock to 2:05 left, third quarter, Hobbs by 4. He wants it clear out on the left side. He's going to get it, uses up his dribble though, gets it into Moore on the left elbow, turns and fires up a high jumper off the back of the rim, no good. Box tips it up on the left block and scores. Nice high sky on that one for Tyler Box, 15 points and 4 rebounds. Eagles up by 6, 1:45 left, third quarter. Quickly in the dribble in the front court. Gary comes down the lane, high arching shot, and they're going to call the travel. He kind of shuffled his feet as he went up with it before he released the ball. So Gary picks up his turnover on that one, 15 total against the Rams. 50-44, Hobbs by 6. Pressure going on for the Rams on the defense. Box will throw it into Mackey on the run. 2-on-2 now in the front court, goes to the hole, high alley-oop, and there's Mora for the double-hand dunk on the right side of the rim. Mora now with 6 points in the third, 12 overall, 52-44. Eagles up by 8. 1:29 left, third quarter. Ball comes in the front court to Wood on the right wing, dribbles up top of the circle, guarded by Van Landingham, diving on the floor to get the steal, and Wood is on top of him. They're going to call the jump ball. Looked like he was getting pushed on that time. Nice pressure there by Van Landingham, but it will be an arrow for Rio Rancho. Returning to the court, Darius Royal seeing his first action in the second half, but Van Landingham went to the hardwood that time as a coach will give him a breather. Rancho will have the ball on the near sideline of the front court, down by 8 to the Eagles. The inbound comes to the timeline to Bynum, top of the arc. Stutter step, bounce pass right wing to Wood. Returns back deep to Bynum with 1:10 remaining in the third. Sends it to the right wing to Morales. Dumps it to the right elbow, having to kind of push it to himself was Caton. Hook shot in the paint, no good. Mora picks up the rebound underneath. That's his fourth. Ahead to a wide open box, off to the races once again. This kid is on fire tonight. He's got 17 points off the transition game. Hobbs extends their double-digit lead to 10. 54-44. Quickly in the front court off the dribble is Wood. Spin move as he takes on Gore. Drives the lane, kicks out left corner to Caton. An air ball from 18. Long rebound for Mora. That's his fifth. To Box on the right baseline at the other end, but overthrows him, and unfortunately off his fingertips, out of bounds. Eagles kind of forcing it that time. Their 15th turnover, but you can see the momentum shifting back to the Eagles if they can stay away from the fouls like they had in the first half. 10-point Eagle lead, 54-44. 36 seconds left here in the third. Ronnie Ross checks in for the Eagles. Full court pressure defense going on. The high inbound kind of sail out of bounds on the near sideline. It'll go back to the Eagles. They should get it on the baseline. It was not touched by anyone. So Hobbs will have it underneath their basket after the Rio Rancho turnover. That is the 16th of the game for the Rams. Getting open, has to check it back deep over to Gore on the right wing. Well outside the perimeter as he's guarded by Bynum. Backs it out into the timeline with 30 seconds remaining third. To his legs off the dribble, trying to challenge Bynum to come out on him. Stop and go. He'll back it out again as he comes around the left perimeter. Now a hold by Bynum. Bynum has just picked up his fourth personal. Great job for Gore to challenge him. 15 foul. Hobbs will have it. Looks like they'll have it on the near sideline with that 10-point lead. 5 fouls on Rio Rancho, 3 against the Eagles. Box to inbound on the near sideline. Kicks it into Mora on the inbound. On that near side, pivots. Going hard against Caton to the rack. Gets rejected as he goes up, then lost the ball off his fingertips. It comes out on the baseline off of Mora. Mora is saying, you're calling those fouls on me in the first half. Where's mine? To get a chance for free throws, but not going to get it on that one. Clock stop with 16.2 left third. 54-44 Eagles. On the baseline left is Bynum. Gets it in, but stolen away for the Eagles by Gore in the paint. Lays it off the right glass uncontested. He's got 13 points. And now 17 Rancho turnovers, 56-44. Half-court inbound, coming to Wood. Sends it down the left corner to a wide-open Archuleta for 3 to beat the buzzer here at the end of the third. Hobbs, though, still with a 9-point lead, 56-47 over Rio Rancho. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We're back at the Bulldog Pit here in Artesia, the Artesia Tournament semifinal game. Hobbs leading by 9, 56-47. Take a look at your point production so far for Rio Rancho. Jamal Bynum leads with 14, 12 for Keegan Caton, the 2 double-figure scores for the Rams. And for the Hobbs Eagles, they got 3 in double digits. Tyler Box coming off the bench for 17 points, 4 rebounds. Jalen Gore has 13 points, including 2 trays, and Aaron Mora, 12 points and 5 rebounds. Hobbs basketball to start the fourth, to inbound to Jalen Gore in the backcourt. Eagles with a total of 21 rebounds, 19 for Rio Rancho. The shot from the free throw line off the dribble for Gore comes off the rim and out of bounds. They'll give it back to the Rams. 9-point Eagle lead, 56-47. Hobbs with 19 points in that third quarter. 22 for Rio Rancho, so they get the better end of the stick on that quarter. Pass to half court, stolen away by Box. That'll be the turnover, a jam for Jarius Royal as he got the ball coming down the lane, trying to do a tomahawk, but it comes off the rim and rolls out on the near sideline. 18 turnovers for Rio Rancho. Unfortunately, Royal can't convert on that shot, but coach will take him out anyway and bring in Michael Mackey for him. Inbound coming in on the near sideline to Sanchez, throws it up ahead to Bynum, now in the front court. Over to left corner to Archuleta, who hit the three at the buzzer, kicks it in the free throw line, and a shot taken quickly by Wood, swishes it right through for a total of 6 for him. 56-49, Eagles still by 7 with 7:25 left, fourth quarter. Coming across the timeline is Jalen Gore, top of the circle against Bynum. Sends it off the right wing to Mora with the pivot. He'll hold it for a second, hands it off to Mackey, going from right to left to the free throw line. Kick out left wing to Box. Crossover move, steps back to NBA distance, decides not to shoot. Wraparound pass up top to Mackey. Mackey guarded closely by Wood. Dumps it left corner, wide open is Box for kind of too hot to handle as it goes out of bounds on the far right sideline. Turnover again for Rio Rancho. 19 total for the Rams. They averaged 20 plus of turnovers in their first 3 games of the season. Inbounding will be Mackey, deep left corner of the backcourt. Sends it ahead to Ramos, who just checked in at the half line. Down to Mora, going to the rack with it, and lays it off the glass for 2. Big transition move there for Mora. He's got 14 points. 58-49. Eagles by 9. Half quarter to Archuleta, brings it across the timeline, down to Bynum, right base, goes up high, double clutch, rejected by Ramos. Pulled down to top of the arc for the Eagles by Ross. Ross in the paint, you're gonna shoot from the right elbow off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound for Archuleta for the Rams, sends it ahead, but taken away by Ronnie Ross for another Ram turnover. Down to Moore in the right corner. Bad pass up top. Stripped away by Archuleta for another Eagle turnover. And going to the other end with it, dribbling and lost the ball as it's stripped by Ramos. So Rams pick up a turnover. Over to the Eagles in the front court. Wide open is Jalen Gore for a 3 on the left wing. He's got 16 points and 3 trays. Hobbs up 61-49 by 12 with 6:05 remaining. Timeout Rams, and we're back in 60 seconds. Hobbs Eagles on a 5-2 run here in the fourth quarter, now leading by double digits again, 61-49. It got as close as 5 here in the fourth quarter, but the Eagles are starting to get that transition game going on. And what about Mr. Box? 17 points in this game and 4 rebounds. He also has hit a tray. Of course, Jalen Gore now right behind him with 16 and 3 trays in the game. And Aaron Mora with 14 points and 5 rebounds. So those 3 guys in double digits. Still, Bynum and Caton yet to score in this fourth quarter, but they have combined for 26 points up to then. Bynum with 14 and Caton with 12. Foul situation so far here in the second half, 5 for Rio Rancho, 3 for the Eagles. Turnovers, 21 for Rancho and 16 for Hobbs. Be Rancho basketball as the inbound of the near sideline of the backcourt to Johnson. Hard as he goes against Ross, now on the front side. Comes down the lane, goes up double clutch, off the back of the rim, no good. Picked up by Ramos for the rebound, his third. Sends it ahead to Gore on the left baseline. He gets bodied into, pushed by the Rams, and he'll get the foul call against the white and black squad. They'll call that against Sanchez. That's his first. That's the 6th team foul. Eagle ball on the right baseline for Ramos. He's looking for some help. Nobody getting open here. Almost had to call a timeout. High inbounder, more on the left wing. Takes a few dribbles, keeps it alive, and throws it back deep to Mackey at the time stripe. He'll be guarded by Johnson. He'll back it out to run some clock here. Dribbles through his legs. Crossover. Comes down the lane. Beating his man. Shot from the free throw line. Bounced around the rim and good. Michael Mackey now with 8 points. 61-49. Back to a 12-point cushion for Hobbs. 5:30 left, fourth quarter. Stop and go dribble in the front court for Sanchez against Mackey. Sends it to the far sideline to Bynum. Guarded by Ross. Down the lane with the cradle. Fade away from the left elbow and somehow gets it to drop. Actually, it was a left block. Counter for Bynum. He's got 16. Quickly, the Eagles in the front court. Down to Ramos in the right corner. Spin move. Gets stripped on the baseline off the quick hands of Andrew Sanchez, but the Eagles will get it back as it goes out. Hobbs up by 12, 63-51 with 5:13 remaining. Couple of subs checking in for Rio Rancho. Adonis Gary and Esteban Morales. Eagle ball on the left baseline. Jalen Gore will be the man to inbound. We got some problems with the 2 of the big men. As Mora and Matt Presser kind of pushing into each other, the referee stops action and tells him to settle it down. Mora's got to be careful with those 3 fouls. Presser just has 1. Now we got some more bodying going on here. This time it's chesting up Ronnie Ross and Esteban Morales. Inbound to right corner. Ramos, 18-footer off the side of the rim, no good. Mora tries to get up big with the bringing it down, but it's over his head, out of bounds on the baseline. It'll go back to Rio Rancho. 5:09 left, fourth quarter. Eagles by 12 here in the semifinals. Winner will play either Artesia or Los Lunas. They're in the semifinal game later tonight. Adonis Carey will bring it across the timeline against Mackey. Left wing, crossover move to the free throw line, spins. I'm going to say Mackey chested up a little bit too much. A lot of lip talking here, and we just get a technical on Mackey for that lip talk. That'll be his 4th personal due to the foul and the tech, and that'll also be 2 fouls on the team. That's 5 total now for the Eagles. Can't lose your head late in a game like this and up by double digits. So that just will be the 2 shots on the technical because the Rams are not in the bonus yet. Hobbs had 15 team fouls in the first half, just 5 here in the second half. 9 fouls for Rams in the first half, 6 in the second. Referees are trying to get everything discussed here to find out who's going to be shooting, and that will put on the line Keegan Caton. Of course it's him. He's 6 of 6 from the charity stripe, but has yet to score in this fourth quarter. 4 of those free throws coming in the third quarter where he was 4 for 4. He averaged 19 points on the season up till this game, but just has 12 at this point. First technical throw is up and a swish. Not the guy you want to have on the line if you're a Hobbs Eagle player or coach or fan. Second shot for Caton is up and good as well. He got both of them, 14 points in the game, and 8 for 8 for the charity stripe. Katre Morgan's going to check in for Hobbs. Still on the court, Ramos, Ross, Mora, and Jalen Gore. Rancho will have it at the time stripe after the tech, up or down by 10 to the Eagles. 4:59 remaining here in the fourth. Inbounding will be Morales, sends it back deep in the backcourt to Bynum. Hobbs is going to play some half-court defense. They don't want to have any more fouls called. Top of the circle comes Bynum. Taking on Morgan, sends it down to the right corner to Presser. Presser to the right wing to Bynum. Down the lane with the pass to Morales. A fade shot and scores over the front of the rim. Morales with his first bucket. 63-55. Eagles up by 8. Quickly in the front court is Gore off the dribble. He'll back it out to the timeline. 4:37 remaining. Hobbs up 63-55. Top of the circle. Back it out again is Gore. Stop and go dribble. Crossover move with his left hand behind his back. Spots up an NBA 3. Fade away. Rolls around the rim and good. He gets it to flush through. Gore has just picked up his 4th tray, has 19 points, a big one, up by 11 now. In the front court is Geary. Fade away from the free throw line, and air ball sails out of bounds. Morgan did a great job of staying on his feet flat that time, did not want to get a foul. Tyler Box will check in for Ronnie Ross. Eagles by 11, 66-55, 4:15 remaining. What a shot for Jalen Gore. He stepped up big on that tray. Inbound to Morgan, top of the circle in the backcourt, returns to Ramos, he'll bring it across. Guarded by Caton on the right wing. Spins on the right elbow. Slowed the pivot foot and got away with the travel on that one. Finds more on the right wing. Down the lane to Gore. Fade away on the right block. Gets sandwiched in the foul. Did I say drove the pivot foot before? Drove the pivot foot before. Slid, I should have said. They're going to call the foul on Maddox Presser. That's his second. 17 fouls. The Eagles will have the bonus for the rest of the ball game, and that'll put Gore on the line. Jalen is 1 for 1 for the charity stripe with 19 points so far to lead the Eagles. 17 for Tyler Box. Swish for Mr. Gore. He's got 7 of his 13 here in the fourth quarter alone. Mr. Clutch with that big-time outside shot for the Eagles. 12-point Hobbs lead. Their biggest lead was in the first half in the second quarter where they had an 18-point lead. Second free throw for Gore is up, and it's bounced around the rim. That thing was coming out and somehow came back with some peripheral vision there and came back in the hole. He's got 21 now. Eagles up by 13, 68-55. A long ball to the far sideline, still in the backcourt to Presser, returns it back to Caton. He'll bring it across. Guarded by Ramos. Crossover move to his left hand, continues down the lane, hippity hop. Stripped by Ramos for the turnover. 22 turnovers and a long pass to the other end, past the outstretched hands of Jalen Gore. It sails out of bounds. Eagles with 17 turnovers. 68-55. Remember, Rio Rancho just barely beat Carlsbad by 1 point last night, 44-43 in the first game of the tournament. Inbound to Caton on the far sideline, bounces it across to Morales, drives the left lane. Kicks it back to the left elbow. Presser lost it in the lane, picked it back up. Ramos gets a hand on it. It goes off of Presser as well and out of bounds. Boy, talk about putting your body on the line. Ramos sliding on the floor on his chest and gut to try to get the steal on that one. Still got to go off the leg of Presser. That will be another Rio Rancho turnover. They got 23 of them. Inbound to Gore on the near sideline. Comes across the time stripe off the dribble against a double team. Sends it to the free throw line to Morgan. Kick it down right corner. Ramos for three off the side of the rim. Underneath the hoop for the rebound is Caton. That's his sixth. He'll dribble into the front court. Top of the arc. Slings it down to the left corner. Three on the way for Morales. Off the side of the rim, no good. High sky rebound for the big man Mora. That's his sixth. Up ahead to box. Shot from the free throw line off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Morgan. He's fouled off the glass and countered from the right side. He'll get a chance for a three-point play. 6 points and 4 rebounds for Katre Morgan, and a chance to put another free throw into the books for him. Clock at 3:08 remaining. Eagles up by 15, 70-55. A sub coming in for the Hobbs. Michael Mackey checks in for Ramos, who's getting a hustle award in this fourth quarter. So Morgan will be up on the stripe. He's yet to shoot a free throw in this game, has 6 points. Morgan on the season from the charity stripe, just shooting 38%. But more importantly, got that bucket to get that 15-point lead. Free throws up off the back of the rim, no good. Underneath the hoop, rebound for Morales, his first. Sends it ahead to a breaking Bynum. Down the lane, then kicks it down low at the last second, and Morales tries a reverse layup on the left glass. Is fouled. Ball came off the rim, but he'll get a chance for 2 free throws. Officials having a discussion now on the baseline. Not sure what that's about. That will be against the Eagles, though. That's their 6th team foul. There's been 8 against Rio Rancho. They'll call the foul against Mackey. I believe he just spot out of the ball game. Michael Mackey with 5 fouls, finishes with 8 points, 2 for 2 on the line, and 1 rebound. And Coach Reese is having a discussion with the scores table personnel. I do have him for 5, if that's who they called it against. Yep, 10 is what the scoreboard's reading right now, number 10. Coach Reeves is going to go back to his bench and bring in Ramos, who just checked out just seconds ago. Of course, Ramos with 3 points, 3 rebounds. Mackey getting a nice high five from his teammates on the bench, and the Hobbs fans in attendance here clapping for him as well. Morales' first free throw is bouncing around the rim and no good. 0 for 1 on the line is Morales now. Guess Keegan Caton hasn't rubbed off on him enough. Caton, of course, 8 of 8 from the charity stripe and 14 points for I keep wanting to say Artesia, Rio Rancho. 21 in the game for Jalen Gore. He's the leader so far for Hobbs. 17 for Box and 14 for Aaron Mora. Second free throw now for Morales is up, and a high one off the back of the rim, no good. Underneath the hoop is Morgan, who just pulled down his 5th rebound. Outlet to the near side. Gore going to dribble up middle of the court now. Behind his back to the far side left. Now middle of the court again behind his back. Taking on Adonis Gary, get some oohs and ahs from the fans. Stop and go. Shot from the left elbow on the fade. Off the side of the rim, no good. Gary gets a rebound, his 4th. He'll dribble across the timeline midcourt. 3 steps as he comes down the lane. Got away at the travel. Stolen away by Tyler Box. He'll find Gore on the left side. Alley-oop backdoor, and there's Mora for the double hand jam. His 2nd of the ball game. He's got 16 points for the Eagles. They're up by 17. Just one side, the biggest lead of the first half of 18. 2:20 left in the ball game, 72-55. Eagles in the front court, Bynum. Sends it down to Sanchez, right corner for 3, off the rim, no good. Mora with another rebound, he's got 7. Up ahead to Box, 2-on-2, goes high on the rack right side and scores. They call the charge, though, instead. He ran over the top of Morales, so erased the 2 points for Box, unfortunately. Box with just his first foul, 17th foul against the Eagles. 2:10 remaining here in the 4th. And a sub now for Rio Rancho's checking in is Jeremiah Archuleta for Esteban Morales. Rancho inbound from the right baseline of their backcourt. Sanchez gets it in to Caton on the far side. Up to the timeline to Archuleta. Down to the right corner to Gary. Drives the lane, reverse layup left, double clutch, no good. Air ball, rebound by Morgan. That's number 6 for him. Sends it ahead, over to left side to Box. Alley-oop, another tomahawk jam this time for Mora. Back-to-back jams. He's got 18 points. And a timeout on the court. 1:54 remaining here in the 4th. 74-55. The Eagles had their biggest lead of 19, giving the Hobbs Eagles fans in attendance something to cheer about. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Back live here at the Bulldog Pit in Artesia, the Artesia Basketball Tournament live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. 3 dunks in this ball game for Aaron Mora, 2 off alley-oops, exciting stuff. The Eagles up by 19, their biggest lead of the game, 74-55. Point production so far for the Eagles, first of all, 21 for Jalen Gore. 6 points for Mora in the fourth quarter. He has 18 now, and right behind him, Tyler Box with 17. 8 for Michael Mackey, who fouled out earlier here in the fourth quarter. Leaders for Rio Rancho, Jamal Bynum with 16, 14 for Keegan Caton, and 8 for Jaden Johnson. Rancho basketball, 150 remaining in the game. 74-55 Eagles. Coming across the timeline, Bynum sends it over to left wing to Cate. He drives baseline, hippity hop, goes in with a finger roll over the front of the rim and scores. Cate now with 16. 74-57. Here comes Royal for the Eagles, who just checked in. Throws it across the timeline to Gore. Drives the lane, shot on the run from the free throw line, no good. Tipped up in the air, pulled down by Royal at the right glass and puts it through for 2. Royal coming off the bench for his first bucket and 3 rebounds. 76-57. Eagles back up by 19. In the front court, Bynum. Stop and go dribble against Box. Sends it to the left corner. Hippity hop move for Archuleta. To the left wing to Caton. Caton uses up his dribble. Cross court right to Sanchez. Dumps it down to the right corner to Bynum. Bynum's going to drive the lane. Gets it stripped and fouled. Actually, that was Johnson with the dribble. Might have gotten Jalen Gore on that one. Looked like he just punched the basketball that time. They will call the 8th foul on the Eagles, and they'll charge that to Gore, his 3rd. And that will send to the line Jaden Johnson. He's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. As a team, Rio Rancho, 18 of 26. Eagles have only had 8 free throw opportunities. They're 5 of 8 from the line. Differential big time for free throw opportunities. Free throws missed. Chased down in the left corner, though, by Bynum, his 5th rebound. Dumps it down low, and the reverse layup for Johnson. He's got 10 points. 76-59. Long ball to the other end. There's Mora again. Long pass to him and a tomahawk jam on the right side of the rim. 8 points in the fourth, 20 overall for Mr. Mora. 78-59. Quickly in the front court is Bynum, top of the arc, dribbling through his legs. Over to the left wing to Sanchez. Cross court right, but throws behind Johnson. He'll have to track it back at the timeline. 38 seconds remaining. Over to left wing to Caton. Dribbles through his legs. Scoop pass to the left corner to Sanchez. 3 off the back of the iron. And Mora gets another rebound. He's got 8. Bad pass, though, stolen in the left corner. Shot taken by Caton. Eagles get the long rebound off the rim, taken by Gore, his 2nd. Pass over to Box left baseline. He throws up a 15-footer. It's no good. Caton gets the rebound. Throws it ahead to the breaking. Johnson on the left side lays it in for 2 off the glass. He's got 12. 78-61, clock down to 6 seconds. In the backcourt, just running off the clock on the dribble is Gore. Comes across the timeline with 3, 2, 1, and the Hobbs Eagles get the semifinal win, 78-61 over Rio Rancho. 17-point victory for your Hobbs Eagles. They'll punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow night at 7:30 against either the home team Artesia or Los Lunas, who played later tonight. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back live with your Hobbs Eagle Hoops on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. We're back live here at the Bulldog Pit in Artesia. The Artesia basketball tournament. The Hobbs Eagles winning a big one here in the semifinals, 78-61. They go to 4-1 in the season, and the Rio Rancho Rams drop to 1-3. So Hobbs will play in the championship game tomorrow night, 7:30, against either Rio Rancho or Los Lunas, who played later tonight. Let's get you to the point production. First of all, for Rio Rancho, they finished with 3 in double digits. Keegan Caton had 16, 7 rebounds. It was perfect, 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. Jamal Bynum had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 of 7 from the line. Jaden Johnson finished with 12 points and a rebound, 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Also scoring, Mikey Wood was 6 points. Jeremiah Archuleta hit a tray for 3. Esteban Morales hit a bucket for 2 points. Austin Ford scored once for 2, and Maddox Presser had 4 points and 2 rebounds. The Rio Rancho Rams were 18 of 27 for 66% from the charity stripe, and they finished up with 26 rebounds. The leader was Caton with 7, 5 for Jamal Bynum. Total turnovers, 24 for Rio Rancho. So there's your numbers for the Rams. And for your victorious Hobbs Eagles, had 3 in double figures. Jalen Gore with 21 points with 4 trays in the game. He was also perfect from the charity stripe at 3 for 3 and had 2 rebounds. 20 points for Aaron Mora with 4 dunks in the contest. He had 8 points alone in the fourth quarter and finished with 8 rebounds. Tyler Box, exciting game for him coming off the bench. 17 points, 4 rebounds, and was 0 for 2 from the line. Other scores for the Eagles, Michael Mackey, who did foul out in the fourth quarter, had 8 points, 2 for 2 from the line, and a rebound. Katre Morgan was 6 points and 6 rebounds. Jesus Ramos hit a 3-pointer for 3 points. Darius Royal finished up with a bucket for 2 points and 3 rebounds. And last but not least, Ethan Van Landingham was 1 for 2 from the charity stripe and 1 point for the Eagles and a rebound. So Hobbs finishing up with 8 scores in this ball game. They were 6 of 9 from the line for 66%, and they out-rebounded Rio Rancho 31-26. Again, Hobbs with only 17 turnovers compared to 24 for the Rio Rancho Rams. The Hobbs Eagles had 22 points in the fourth quarter, 14 for Rio Rancho, so they outscored the Rams in that fourth quarter. Again, the final score, 78-61. The Eagles with a 17-point victory over Rio Rancho. Now again, tomorrow night, the Artesia Tournament Championship will be live in 3 places: HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and on the radio at Cool 95.7, our regular home of Hobbs Eagle broadcast. We had to switch it up this week, but tomorrow night, that game will be at Cool 95.7. either against Artesia or Los Lunas. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. We'd like to thank the Artesia radio stations for helping us out. Gene Dow, general manager, definitely a big help to get this broadcast in terms of video, etc., on YouTube today. So we'll be back tomorrow night around 7:15 for the pregame show. Again, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and Cool 95.7. Have a great rest of a Friday night out there, and we'll see you tomorrow night in the tournament championship.